man is vast in graphics and all other issues of designs. I also have with me Sodiq Oguntoye, who was with us last week. Sodiq Oguntoye is a freelance journalist and also an entrepreneur. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to be here.
You're welcome to.
I'm honored to be here, sir.
So, back to our topic: youths, TECHPRENEURS, and public relations. Yomi Dada, having you on the platform is an opportunity to get to understand you. What story do you want to tell? How have you been able to grapple with issues of technology and the rest?
Well, thank you very much. I'm very honored to be here on this platform. It's actually a great privilege and I don't take it for granted. Well, the journey is actually, like we know, to be a Nigerian itself is not easy. And life, comes with a lot of, comfort. But one thing I'm able to learn throughout the course of my journey is, how do I call it now? Let me put it, resilience, diligence, and then like following a vision. As far back 2011, 2012, where I have passion for computer, on how to operate computer, and that was, the beginning of the emergence of the new 5th generation computer.
That was igniting spirit.
Definitely, sir. So where the computer, the Windows computer, the one that is easy to operate, it's actually coming into existence. And I was like, wow, okay, I love to I would love to know how to use this. I would love to operate this. I would love to know more about this computer. And then I was enrolled at one of my daddy's center, computer center. Then it happens to be a close family friend, and I was able to enroll in a computer training, and by that I was able to learn the nitty-gritty of computer, the basics.
What were you exposed to?
Okay, I was exposed to the course I took then was actually IT, information technology, and then desktop publishing. Now the IT aspect is the introduction to computer, the computer software, operations, the computer hardware maintenance, and then the installation and the likes, and then the desktop publishing aspect in the areas of how to make use of some softwares like word processors, how to make use of documentation softwares, how to do presentation like PowerPoint, animations and the likes. So, and then we also learned Excel, where we do some calculations and the likes. So those are the basic, stuff that was being exposed to them, and that has actually helped me. It's helping me now, and I'm sure that it will continue to help me in my journey. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that was great. A great story. Well, we will still come back to you so that you'll be able to relate to us the benefits of those training. Sodiq, you were here last week.
Yes, sir.
And you were telling us a story about solution journalism. What do you think are the other stories you want to add in telling of solution journalism?
Thank you, sir. Just like I said last week, I'm Sodiq Oguntoye, a graduate of Moshuda Polytechnic. I started my career journalism right from CWS time as one of the radio stations in Abeokuta. I would like to discuss one of the challenges faced during those periods, which is, though there are a lot of challenges, but one major challenges which I encounter during those periods is financial constraint. Being an editor of a media organization, I mean a campus media in the institution, I face a lot of challenges like financial constraint, whereby it's so hard for me to get money to go to school. I need to trek from home to school. Later on, I joined a brother to go to a site to work as a laborer in order to feed myself, buy handouts, And to solve other things as a student, that period is not so easy, but God helped me, advice from mentors, and and the passion that I have towards my education and my career as a journalist. So that I did not let that to bring me down, but I keep on focus on the careers. So I network with people. That was in 2020.
No, you talk about networking with people.
Yes, I
you want to tell us the areas you networked.
Yes, I network with people in order to enhance my potential. In the sense that I meet with people who the top-notch journalists who know what it takes and the challenges. I learn from their mistakes, so that that will even encourage me and motivate me more. That there is something for me to gain after these challenges. So aside from that, going to a site, when I was in 300 level, I later invest in a business POS service in class in order to survive. As a student, I began to do POS service for students, not minding that I'm a campus editor and even the general secretary then of one of JCI Mapoli. But I keep on, though sometimes I will feel like I will be ashamed, but later on, I keep on doing the business for me to survive, and it's a source of income for me. Even though then I have a skills, but I use that POS service as a means of surviving, to have an additional source of income, to do assignment, to buy textbook in those days.
Well, it's good that you are related. Thank God you are back, reveling in those good old days, so to say. Here you are, graduate of mass communication, and then still looking forward to a better days in Nigeria. Maybe beyond. Daniel, you want to look at yourself and say, that vision you had, it has been able to give you an edge. What are the edges that it has given you above your peers, particularly when you were in school?
Well, thank you very much. Thank you once again. Well, as regards your question, sir, one thing I actually know is that the niche that tech computing has crafted for me is actually, I would call it the best niche ever. And
what do you mean by best niche ever?
In the sense that I'm actually in the right industry, because if you look at the tech industry itself, is one of the thriving industry, and it's one of the industry that has, one of the high, that is more blessed, that has more, how do I call it now, more potential, economic benefits, and then it has more of like the amount that we invested in the tech industry, the amount that we generated in the tech industry is actually huge. If you want to look at the industry that are thriving, the top 5 industry, the tech industry, if it doesn't take number 1, it will be between number 1 and 3. So by so doing, it means that there are actually a lot of aspect of the tech aspect of the tech we are talking about. So my focus is on the graphics, animation, and then probably the data analysis aspect of the tech. And then although I wish to explore other aspects, there's something about knowledge. If you are the one that is always for knowledge, you are insatiable. The fact that you want to know about this does not mean that you want to practice it, but it is good that you will explore, so that when people are talking about that particular thing, you won't be a novice in that area.
I want to ask you, you've talked about animation, graphics, and the like. How are those areas impacting on business? How does it increase the versatility, the skill of individuals, and how is it growing companies?
Thank you very much, sir, for that question. When you see, for example, if you see a building, sir, that has a yellow color and then a yellow and blue color, what comes to your mind, sir?
Yeah, maybe a tech company.
A tech company. Well, Okay, let me, for example, in Elizabeth Cloud that we are now, a building that has been painted in yellow and blue. Okay, let me just, to sit fine, it is just right.
No, you are not the hunter.
Sorry, sir.
No.
You know, I was heading to this, what's the name of this place? Along Crescent. And I saw a building that looked painted in yellow and blue.
Okay.
Nobody tells me that this is just right.
Okay.
That is graphics. Just the color. And in graphics, it's called branding.
Okay, you're talking about the corporate logo now.
It's not even the logo, just the color itself.
Okay.
And it's part of graphics.
Color is part of the corporate
Identity, yes, the identity itself.
So you can understand, you can have corporate identity with color, you can have it with design, logo design, you can have it some animations and the like. So go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir. So in the likes of what I was saying earlier, that yellow and blue color tells me that this is just right building. So not until they put their logo before I know that this. So that aspect has explained what graphics can do. It will make a business to stand unique,
To be distinguished.
And then introduction of the logo itself. And that's why you see big companies, if they have a logo that is created for them and then another company tries to copy their logo, they're going to sue them for copyright. Why? Because it is that logo that makes us stand unique, and logo design is part of graphics. So another thing that graphics does is that it gives company visibility, in the sense that we are all on the social media age now, and then you will see companies hiring social media manager, hiring content creator. The reason why they are hiring there is not because they have a lot of money to spend or they have a lot of money to dish out. It's because they know the value. They know that
and they want to spread the message.
Yeah, they want to spread the message. They want their products to thrive to a wider range of people. So they are looking for expertise, that will promote their business, and that will generate what income for the company and for the entire organization itself.
So how has all those things been able to help a business to grow?
Well, it has helped business to grow in terms of visibility, like I said earlier. It makes it to be more visible. For example, I can be here and somebody in abroad can actually, see my business, see what I'm doing through ads. It can be a Facebook ads, it can be an Instagram ads or whatever. And once they are able to see it, definitely if it's a service that I'm offering, I can actually offer that service to them. If it's a product, it's a thing that I can offer the product and it can actually be, be dispatched to whatever location they are. By so doing, they have more customers, we have more referrals, and then we have more sales. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sodiq,
Yes, sir.
when we're talking about youth, how are youths taking advantage of the opportunities that are in the land?
Let me say, some youths, not all every youth, take a great advantage of this use of technology. In sense like the social media, they use the opportunity. For like me, I was on campus rather. So I make use of technology to enhance my education, my skills and opportunity. Just like the saying that the level of your preparedness determines the opportunity that comes your ways. Sometimes when I don't know some things or I need to enhance myself with the skills, I'll search for it on YouTube to learn it.
YouTube,
Google, yes, all that technology tools. And some youth outside now, they are making use of this technology to learn skills that can fetch them opportunity in terms like to enhance skills like video and audio editing, website designing, graphics. Nowadays, students and youth can now make use of technology to be able to do some graphics with their phone.
Thank you so much. With the area of tech initiatives that we're having, Daniel,
Sir.
how can it help the growth of public relations or communications in general?
All right, thank you very much. How can tech help communication in general? Like we know,
How can it help in the promotion of public relations?
Okay, in the promotion of public relations. Okay, let's first start with public relations. What we're talking about public relations is just a relationship between individuals and organizations. So, and then how can tech help in harmonizing individuals, right, sir, and then business owner. I didn't get the question, sir.
What I'm saying is that with the use of technology, graphics, animation, and the like, how can we put up messages together that it can resonate with the audience, with the buyers, with the stakeholders, with the communities where a company thrives?
Thank you very much. If recently the Muslim brothers, they celebrated their Ramadan fiesta, and then for as many of us that use bank, I'm sure we should get a greeting from them. And then in that greeting we have contents there wishing you, and then we have graphics there. That alone tells you. In fact, somebody was celebrating his birthday today, and the person screenshots and put on the status that this social bank remember me. Do you get that alone? Has created relationships.
So that's the public relations too.
Definitely, definitely. That the customer will be a wow. So these people actually remember me. Out of the millions of users, they're able to watch.
So the news of companies connecting to the individual stakeholders, and then maybe some communities that they are already existing, so that they can know that, oh, this company have my interest at heart.
At heart, definitely. Because they have millions of customers. So imagine somebody in a rural area then celebrating birthday, and the person just got a message from one of these banks or maybe one of these network providers. They will feel happy, they will feel loved, and that alone will make the owner, even if the person is trying to maybe change the bank or change the network provider before, by so doing, the fact that they remembered the person will keep on be able to continue.
Let me quickly ask you, how can you compare the analog days and the digital days now? What's the difference?
Well, the difference between analog days and digital stage, there are a whole lot of difference. In computing, when we are learning the basics of computing, we learn about digital divide, in the sense that people that has opportunity with technology, and there's some people that don't have opportunity to access the technology. In the analog days, everything was monochronic. Let me say in 1 week. So there's no diversity. And then there is no efficiency. One of the prioritizers of technology is
the balance approach was not there.
Definitely. So there was no efficiency. So what would take 2 hours in this age now, it will take 2 minutes. For example, the computer, the first generation computer, the second generation computer, those are the analog days. Do you get now? A whole computer can be as big as this building. That was the analog days. But now we can have this our phone is our phone is even a computer. Do you get now? So it has reduced over ambiguity of products. It has reduced time wasting.
It has enhanced online reporting. It has enhanced online messages, online. In fact, at the tip or at the click of reporting, the way can get to know what is happening.
Can connect with anybody in the world.
Yeah, thank you very much, Daniel. Sodiq,
yes, sir.
You want to look back now that you are in the labor market.
Yes, sir.
You want to look back and say, okay, now that I'm transmitting from educational level, now I'm in the labor market. How do you want to sustain yourself without relying on government?
It is very easy through the help of God, and what I plan is to first show on my skills You know, I told you that I am well versed in use of software like Microsoft Word, graphics designing, CorelDRAW, Photoshop. Okay, let me give you an example. Since last year that I've graduated, I've been writing a letter to different offices, government pastors for work, but I haven't gotten one. But what kept me is the skills that I have, my exposures to technology that has been keeping me in terms of doing banners for people, printing work for people. So these are the things, you know, is my skills that has been helping me not to even rely on white collar job.
Thank you so much. Yomi, let's look into the future. What do you think technology can bring to the table for the youth?
Thank you very much, sir, for that question. You know, today is the future of yesterday, and then tomorrow is the future of today.
Okay.
So definitely, we are already experiencing the future that we forecasted some years ago, and then technology is already emerging, and will continue to emerge. Revolution is taking place. Everything is moving on speedily and rapidly. So technology, as of now, what we have is just the tip of an iceberg. Recently, a couple of years ago, AI was introduced, and a lot of people, they are afraid that AI will take our job, AI will take our job. Okay, I do tell people, I said, AI cannot operate itself. It is people that program AI, and then it is also people that operate it.
And it is what you input.
Yes,
bring about it.
Bring out. So the people that AI will take their work is people that don't know about AI, and that don't know how to operate AI. So what I would advise people to do is to, you know, leverage on the opportunities that they have now, to go for as many knowledge that they needed to. You are in fashion, you need technology, you need tech. You are in the medical line, you need tech. In fact, according to projection, it has been projected that we will no longer need surgeries again, because we have some machines, you know, that will do operation. And you know, if it takes a doctor 2 hours to do operation, the machine will do it in less than 10 minutes.
Well, thank you so much. Of course, we can't continue. We got a time is against us, and then we just have to put an end to this discussion. It's been a rewarding moment with Yomi Daniel and Sodiq Oguntoye, both youths who are now advancing into the world. They are not relying on government. They want to be self-sufficient. And tech will do the work. Until next week, I want to say thank you. Our topic was youths, techpreneurs, and public relations. I've been able to see how they want to use public relations to grow their skill and connect with the world. I'm Akio Kudero, your anchor. Until next week, when we bring you another topic, I say thanks for being with us. Bye.